Hello and welcome back to App for You. In this particular video, we are going to discuss a new problem from greedy algorithms. And basically, the name of the problem is maximizing the sum after k negations. So it is really a very interesting problem, and everything depends upon how you visualize the problem, right? And then you will be basically able to write the code very easily. So remember, coding is not programming is not about writing the code, it's all about building the logic. So we will first of all try to understand the problem, build the logic, and finally quickly we will try to code it, right? So let us quickly start understanding the problem. So what is the problem? The problem statement says that we are actually provided with an array which consists of some positive numbers as well as some negative numbers. Okay, no problem. So let us first of all go through the problem statement. So let me just, okay, sorry, yeah. So if you read the problem statement says that we have an array of integers of size n and a number k. So please remember, we have two things: a variable n which stores the number of element in the array, which says about the number of element in the array, and a number k. Now what is k? So basically we must modify our array which is given exactly k times, okay, not less than k, not more than k. You are given k chances to modify the array. Now how do we modify? Modifying the array means in each chance you can replace any array element with either minus array of I, or if the number is negative you can make it positive. So just remember like this. So what it says is basically you have an array of size n. The name of the array is ARR. It contains of some elements. That elements are positive as well as negative. No problem. Now I give you k chances. So in k chances you can basically make a number positive if it is negative, and if the number is positive then you can make it negative. So two things you can do: make a positive number to negative, or make a negative number to positive. So both the things you can do. Okay, in any k chance you can do either of the thing. Either you can make the number from positive to negative, or you can make it from negative to positive. So remember, in each chance you can do either one of the thing. Either you can make, if the number is positive, make it negative, or if the number is negative, make it positive. So I hope you understood what we have to do. Now we have to basically perform this such that after utilizing all our chances of converting a number from positive to negative or negative to positive, the sum of the array should be maximum. That's it. So I hope you got the point, right? So you can clearly see a very basic example. You have 5 numbers here: 1, 2, minus 3, 4 and 5. So what is the sum initially? 1 plus 2, 3, minus 3 is 0, plus 4 plus 5, 9. Now you basically have one chance in your hand and you have to basically maximize the sum. So come on, what you are going to do? Now I know that what I can do in a chance, I can either make a positive number negative, or I can make a negative number positive. So definitely a smart move would be to increase the sum. I would locate this negative number and convert it into plus 3, because I have a chance and I have the opportunity to convert this negative number to positive number plus 3. So what can I do? I'll basically convert this number to plus 3, and now your sum will be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, which will be nothing but 15. Hence you can see that using this chance you have basically maximized your sum. This was a very basic example. The real challenge comes in the example 2, and it is a very good example. So just look into example number 2. Now we are going to proceed our entire explanation on example number 2, and it is very easy to understand. So example 2 says that we have numbers like, so let me just write this entire example here. So I have 5, I have minus 2, 5, minus 2, sorry, 5 minus 2, 5, and then minus 4, right? So I have minus 4, again I have 5, again I have minus 12, and then 3, 5 and 20, right? So 5, 5, 5 and 20. Cool. Let us increase the size of the screen. So this is the array that is provided, right? And what is basically the number of chances I have? The number of chances are 6, I think, right? So the number of chances given are 5, sorry. So you have 5 chances now. You have 5 chances in which you can either maximize, you can either make a negative number positive or make a positive number negative. So remember, what can I do with a k chance? In a kth chance, sorry, two options are option 1 negative to positive, or you can do a positive number negative. These are the possible things that I can do. Now please focus on the problem statement. Our objective is to maximize the sum, right? And we know that there are negative numbers as well as positive numbers in the array, and we can either make a negative number positive or a positive number negative. So the challenge is which number will you convert from positive to negative and negative to positive, isn't it? This is the thing that we have to give a second thought to. Which is the number which I should pick from this, because there are many negative numbers and many positive numbers. So which number will you pick to convert it from positive to negative, or if the number is negative then to make it positive? So which of the numbers should you pick? So basically you see that since my objective is to maximize the sum, if I pick a very large number, a negative number which is very small, like for example minus 12, please pay attention. Minus 12 is the smallest number present here right now, minus 12, because it is minus. So if I can utilize my power, that is the k chances, if I utilize my chances to convert this minus 12 to plus 12, I would be adding a huge profit, isn't it? Because I have made this negative number which is very small. Once I multiply it by minus 1 to convert it into plus 12, I will be adding a huge bunch of quantity to this sum, isn't it? So what is the first intuition? The intuition is the negative number, the most negative number, most negative, picked and made positive, right? The most negative number will be picked and made positive. Which number will you pick next? Next I would definitely pick minus 4, because I can just convert minus 4 to what? Plus 4. Then what will you pick? Minus 2, and I will make it what? Plus 2. Did you get the point? So the point is, if there is negative number in my array, I will pick up the most negative number. Now clearly the elements in this array are in random order. They are in random order. Now we know that basically we have to pick the most negative number to convert it into positive, then the less negative number convert it into positive, then the more less negative number to convert it into positive. We should have a proper sequence. Solution: sort them in ascending order. I hope you got the point. So we will now basically receive the array and sort the array in ascending order. So basically sort sort A comma A plus n. So we have a very useful tool here to sort the array elements. So once you sort the array elements, what will be the status? So you see, let me write it here. Once I sort the element, I will be having 5, then I will be having, we are sorting it, isn't it? The most negative number, which is what? The most negative number here is minus 12. So minus 12 will be coming first. Then we will be having minus 4. Then we will have minus 2, right? So minus 12, minus 4, minus 2. 4, and then you will have what? You will have 5, right? So how many times? 5 times 5. And finally you will end up with 20. I hope you got the point. So this is basically your sorted array. Sorted array. So once I sorted my array in ascending order, okay, in ascending order, what did you get? You basically got this arrangement wherein the smallest element, even if it is negative, okay, we don't know whether it is positive or negative, even if your array consists of negative numbers, then the most negative number will be coming in the front and the most positive will be at extreme right. So clearly there is no, it is not a smart move to make the most positive number negative, isn't it? I will avoid that as much as possible. I'll never touch this element because it is already in profit, plus 20. Why to make it negative, minus 20? Okay, that would be a foolish move. So better we should focus on the very smallest elements. So which are the smallest elements here? Now since you have the negative elements here, so you will try to convert it into plus 12. Anyway, what is the number of chances we have? The number of chances we have are basically k, right? So let me first of all use some more variables. So I'll be using some variables like suppose integer I. So we will see what are the variables that we are using. Equal to 0, sorry, and long sum. I'll also keep track of the sum is equal to 0. Fine. Now I'll run my while loop from I to k, because I know that I have how many chances? I have k number of chances. So basically I'll run my while loop from I to k, means I will be focusing on which window. So I to k means 0 to, what is the value of k? Value of k we received here was 5, right? So 0 to less than k, so 0 to 4 means I'll create a window for your convenience, 0 to 4. So let me just change the color of the ink and use orange color. Fine. So 0 to 4 means from here to here, right? So this is my array. Now basically what we have to do is, so I created a window from I less than k, means I will be moving from 0 till this position. This is the number of chances that I will be getting, and you can clearly see I have picked up the most negative element first. So what will I check is, first of all, while entering the while loop, I will check if the array of I is less than 0. Means if your element is negative, what we are going to do? We are clearly going to make it positive by multiplying it with -1. So ai of fi equal to a of I into -1, right? I hope you got the point. So if our element is negative, we are going to make it positive by multiplying it with -1, and it is really a smart move, because the most negative element we are converting into positive, we are adding a huge sum to it, to our sum, right? So -12 basically will be converted to +12, right? Great. Now we will increment our I pointer, I plus plus. So I will basically now point to which element? This element, right? Anyway, the another thing is, what if your element is not negative? So there are two cases. Now if your element is negative, you are going to convert it into positive by multiplying it with -1. It is good. But what if your element is positive? What if your element is positive? Means suppose my array starts with 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 and 20. This is one of the cases where there is no negative element in the array. That is, the first element itself is a positive number. Now since my array is sorted, I know that the first element is a positive number. Now we know that I have already sorted my array. Now even after sorting the array, you see that the first element is positive, which indicates that throughout the array all the elements are positive, and this is the smallest positive number present. So don't you think it will be a smart move to use all the k operations on this element itself in every iteration, right? So if I have got 5 chances, so all the 5 chances I will shoot here only. First chance I'll make it negative, second chance I'll make it positive, third chance again I'll make it negative, fourth chance I will again make it positive. So you just have to play with the most smallest number, and this number only. I'll not do anything else. I'll not look at any other number, because if I found that the first element itself is positive, that means there is no negative number in the array. So that is why I'll be checking if I is not equal. Now if I is equal to 0, okay, if I is equal to 0, now what does it mean? It means that you have basically come to the else part, which indicates that your number is positive, and you found out that your I is right now is 0, which means the number in the first index itself is the number at 0th index, which is the first index, right? The number at the first index is itself positive, which indicates this is the smallest number present here, and throughout the array you will not get any more negative number. So whenever I come across a case where the first element itself is positive number, I should definitely use all the chances on this number only. So if I is equal to 0 and the number is positive, true, in this case I will say immediately create a variable POS and store the index there, and while I less than k, again run a while loop inside. What we are going to do? We are going to say I plus plus, keep on incrementing I, and meanwhile a of POS will be equal to a of POS into -1, right? This is what we are going to do, isn't it? So what does it indicate? It indicates that whatever changes you have to make, you please make it on the number itself. Yeah. So a of POS equal to a of POS into -1. I hope you got the point. So basically what we are doing is, if we found, I'm repeating it again, if you found out that, okay, I was running the while loop, I less than k, and I found out that the number is not negative. So if the number is not negative, you just move to the else part and check whether it is the first index or not. So if I is equal to 0, it indicates that, it means that you have got an array such that there is no negative element in the array, and we know that since the array is already sorted, the smallest element will be present in the first location, and since the smallest element is present in the first location, so definitely it is a good idea to perform all the k operations in this element itself. That is why I am saying, while I less than k, okay, if I is equal to 0, note the position I, and until you have exhausted your chances, put all the changes here only on this element POS itself, on this same element, right? Because it is the smallest element, right? So I'll do all the operations here only, and I'll meanwhile increment I++. Done. That is for this if part. Now another possibility is in our example. What is our example? Remember, right now a of I was less than, I started from here, I found out a of I to be less than 0 negative, so I made it positive, that is +12. Done. Then simply I will go back again, I will come here and I'll see that, okay, this is again negative, I'll make it positive, +4. So my k was initially 5, right? K equal to 5. After I did this, my k became 4. After I made it positive, my k became 3. I have 3 more chances with me. Next time I'll make it +2. I have 2 more chances left with me, and my k right now is pointing to a number which is positive. Please keep in mind. So in 3 chances my I incremented, and right now I have 2 chances left, and my pointer I is pointing to a positive number 5, right? So my pointer I is right now pointing to a positive number 5. So now I have 2 chances. So where should I use these 2 chances? Do you think I should use these 2 chances on this number 5? No. That is why we are checking if your number is positive and if I is not equal to 0. So basically I am checking that if my number is positive, okay, then if my number is positive, then I will come inside this else block. And if I find that my I is not equal to 0 and the number is positive, what it indicates? It indicates that if your number is positive but not in the first index, which means there were some negative numbers. So if there were some negative numbers, like here we had -12, -4, -2, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 20. So once you now you see this is increasing from here, right? It is increasing, means left to right, you can see it is increasing. But after you converted it into positive number, it became +12, +4, +2. Now you have 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 and 20. So this is the, you can say, the midpoint, and from here it is increasing, and from here also it is increasing, which means this is also the smallest element from this entire set, and this is the smallest element from this entire set. So what we should do is, we should check now right now what is happening, my pointer is pointing to this element 5, right? This element 5. So we know that if I is not equal to 0, which means there were some negative elements, and definitely I should check that else, that is why I have written the else block. I should check right now that whether the number before me is less than me or not. If the number before me is less than me, I should put all the k chances on this number. Otherwise I'll do all the chances here. That is what, isn't it? That is what we are going to say. That is why we are going to say that else, if else again declare the variable pos integer POS is equal to I, that is index 3, right? Because my I is now pointing to index 3. So basically POS will be equal to I minus 1, right? Yeah. So if I found out that my POS is less than A of I, that is if A of POS, the number before me, is less than A of I, which indicates this is the smallest number, and I should do what? All the operations here I should do on this number itself. That is, I should say while I less than k, just keep on making changes on this number. So what will happen is, now I will not do any changes on this. I'll consider here I have 2 chances left, so I'll first of all make it -2, and again in the second chance I'll make it plus 2. So I have plus 12 plus 4 plus 2 equal to how much? 5, 6 and 18. And now you have some numbers here, that is nothing but 5. Okay, you are adding the sum, right? Okay, so 20, 40 here and 18 here, 68 is the sum. I hope you got the point. This is how the problem is actually working, right? So yes, this is all about it. And what should we return? We should return basically, let me show, else, and we should return after the while loop ends, we should return the sum. That's it, right? So I hope we are not doing any mistake and we have covered each and every aspect, and I hope the problem is clear, right? So let me just quickly run the code. So if I run the code, I'm expecting I'm not doing any mistake, right? Because no silly mistakes should be entertained. Okay, it should be a, that should be basically a plus the size of the array n. Okay, we are not declaring, I think, sum, right? Integer long sum equal to 0. Okay, we are not storing the sum. See, we are calculating the sum, but we are not storing the sum. So basically we have to basically print the sum right now, isn't it? So after all the changes have been made on the array, run a for loop from I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, okay? And basically say sum plus is equal to a of I. That's it. This will be calculated, and finally we'll be returning the sum. So if I right now if I compile this, you can see the sum has become 15, and let's see if it passes all the test cases. So I hope it will work well because we have taken care of all the conditions. A time limit exceed. Okay, let us see if we can optimize the code. Alright, so since we are getting TLE, so we will try to optimize our code. Okay, so there's a good challenge. So let us see how we can do it. So here we can see that what we have done is basically if we are finding a positive number, if a number is negative, we are performing these operations, it's fine. The moment we are getting a positive number, okay, then I'm just getting inside this else block. So can we optimize this else block? Okay, so what we are doing is, we are first of all checking if I is equal to 0, and then we are, if the first number itself is positive, then we are doing these things, right? And else means if I is not equal to 0, we are going to check this, right, that whether the number before this is less than a of I or not. So why not do one thing, let us swap these operations. First check this, then we will check this, right? And don't write it separately, instead we will perform this comparison in one line only. Okay, so that might reduce the time of execution. So let us do that thing. So what I am saying is basically, let us suppose I am basically erasing this thing, right? So so I'll write the same code, whatever we have discussed, the same algorithm, but there will be just slight changes. So slight changes in the sense, I am just going to remove this, suppose. Cool. So we are going to write this else block again in a good way. So we know that if we are finding a negative number, we are just going to perform iterations. That is fine, right? Multiplying it by -1, -1, -1 and so on. But if we found a positive number, then just get in and check in the same line, else just get in and check if I is not equal to 0. Okay, means if this is not the first number that is positive, means if this is not the 0th index number, means you have found a positive number but it is not in the first position, and you also found out that a of I minus 1 is basically less than a of I, isn't it? That we can do. So what did I say? I said that the moment if you are getting negative number, make it positive, it's fine. But the moment you encounter the positive number, you should check whether it's not equal to 0, and in the same line we are checking that, and moreover the previous number is less than this. So if this is not equal to 0, and if we find that the number before it is less than this, obviously that is true, because the number before this was 2, right, and this number is 5. So this number is positive, true, because I is pointing to this number. So a of I is greater than a of I minus 1, it is true, and I is definitely not equal to 0 because it is 3 here, right? Index is 3. So for this case, what should we do? We should basically say, let us do one thing, perform the changes on the previous number, isn't it? So for that, what we are going to say is integer pos equal to I minus 1. Keep no just locate that number, that is minus 2. That is this number I'll locate right now, isn't it? Because this number is smaller than this number 5. So I of I minus 1 is nothing but POS is equal to I minus 1. This index I'll be keeping track because the number in this position is smaller than this number. Now I'll basically run my while loop. So while I less than k, you just say a of POS equal to a of POS into minus 1. Done. We can say this, and we will say I plus plus. That would be fine, right? Okay. So this is it. And if we find out that none of this condition is above is true, that is none of the condition, or if you find out that okay, if I is not equal to 0 means if I is equal to 0, if you found out, suppose if we found out that I is equal to 0, so in that case definitely all the changes should be taken place in this number itself, right? Because this is the first number. Or it might also happen that I is not equal to 0, it is true, but this number is greater than this number, right? Suppose if it was suppose it had minus 8 here. Suppose this was minus 9 and it had minus 8 here. Now minus 8 will become plus 8. So basically you will compare plus 8 with 5. So which is the smaller? Definitely this 5 is smaller, so I should pick this. So if either of the condition is false, all changes should occur in this number itself, right? So that is why in this case I'll say that integer pos is equal to I, and now just run the same loop in this case. That's it. So I hope you got the point. The intuition was very clear. So if we found out that this is the first number itself, that is the I is pointing to this 5, so there were two challenges, right? I is pointing to 5, so and if I find that if I is not equal to 0 means it is in the middle position, somewhere in middle. So in that case you just compare it with the element before it. If you found that the element before it is smaller than this, definitely we are going to perform all the operations on this number. All the key operations will be imposed on this smaller number. But if you found out that this is greater than this, even after making it positive, for example I explained you, isn't it? Minus 12, minus 9, and suppose it is minus 8. So minus 8 will become what? Plus 8. So now if you are comparing plus 8 with 5, this is smaller. So all the changes, all the key operations that is left, which should be imposed onto this number. So that is why I have the else part for it, where I am doing all the operations on this index I, which is pointing to. Cool. So now that's it. So that's it from this, and now definitely after this you are going to perform the for loop, that is calculating the sum, right? So I hope now the problem should not give any TLE. So let us see if it works fine. So expecting no TLE. Let us check whether things are going fine. Otherwise we should have to look for a different approach. Cool. So you see finally the problem has run fine and it has been successfully executed, right? So I hope this entire video was helpful, and it is really challenging to solve the problem live and then decode it. So anyway, this makes things more interesting and clarifies your concept and the capability to debug the code. So I hope you understood this, what we are doing here. This was the very most important part of this entire problem. Okay, I hope you will understand it again quickly for revision. If your number, you will just scan through the window of k. If your number is negative, okay, keep on changing it into positive. That will add to your profit, isn't it? But if you find a positive number, there are two possibilities, that the number can start with a 0 index. So if the number is, suppose now there's the first possibility is if the number is not in the 0th index, means if the number is somewhere between, like in this case suppose 5, and you find out that your number before this was what, a negative number which has been converted to positive. But if you find out that number is smaller than this, that is a of I minus 1 is smaller than this, so please note that all the changes should occur in this I minus 1th number. So I am locating its position POS, and whatever chances are left, all the chances I will be imposing on this number at POS location. Done. Otherwise, if I found out that the number is positive and it is the first number, that is the present at 0th index, which means the entire array was filled with positive number. So in that case I will not do the key operations anywhere else, but I'll just pick up this position I, because I know that if my array was 5 5 5 5 20, all elements are positive, and we know that this 0th index itself is the smallest number. So perform all the key operations in this number itself. That is why I'll run a loop from I to k, I plus plus, and I'll bring all the operations on this number itself, right? and finally we are getting the output. So I hope this video was helpful. In case of any doubt, please feel free to put it out in the comment section. Just like, share and subscribe. And yes, definitely the code can be optimized, no doubt with it. There are multiple ways. This was one of the way that I discussed, and in case you have a better approach, I would definitely love to hear from you. Please post a solution in the comment section. Thank you.